This is your second time on the show.
Yeah.
Last time it was, you know, over Zoom.
Virtual.
Yeah, it was virtual.
Yeah.
So,
That's
did you
right,
like this time better?
I like it better. You made me a promise on the first time. Do you remember what that was?
I did. Did it? Totally. Totally.
She doesn't. She doesn't know.
I totally
That's okay.
remember.
That's okay.
No, I do remember. It had to do with food.
It did.
Yes. All right, well, I think we have that tape. I love In-N-Out. No offense, I'm just a Texas girl, so I'm like a Whataburger person at heart. You don't know what that is, but next time when you come in studio, see, I see people clapping. You know what I'm talking about. Whataburger's good. It's in the title. It's Whataburger, people. But anyway, when you come here next time, I'm gonna have you try one, hopefully.
I'd love that.
You know what I did for you?
No.
Well, I bought you some.
You did? Oh, wow. Thank you.
I love you
Thank
right
you.
now. A napkin? That's so kind, Justin. You know
Thank you
what?
very
You know
much.
what the best part is, Justin, is the sock game. Your socks are amazing. Whataburger even makes amazing socks, it seems. Oh, they got us a double.
Of
what?
course.
Okay, you want to take a bite of this? It's real good.
Yeah, cheers.
Be prepared. Come on now. And the crispy bun, the lightly toasted crispy bun, come on.
That's amazing.
It's really good.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite burger like back home?
In Belfast, I don't live there anymore, but when I go back, there's a place called Bunsen Burger.
Oh.
Bunsen Burger. It's not like a chain or anything, it's just like one of them.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, brilliant, really good burger.
Not as cool as Whataburger, but it's cool.
But I pretty much, yeah, clearly not.
Just kidding.
Your bite was too small, I feel
You
like.
know why? Because here's the thing. I'm gonna let you in on a secret and the world. I have the perfect amount of space in between my teeth, so every time I eat on this damn show, I have food.
Okay, right.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that to you, Jamie. I'm in the process of flossing right now. Did you ever have any like service jobs like when you were growing up? Mm-hmm. What were your jobs for? I'm gonna ask you a question right before you take a big bite.
Great.
Just so you can feel real 50 Shades of Grey sexy.
I did, yeah. I worked in a pub, in a bar.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that like, does everyone do that in like Ireland? And
it's kind of a rite of passage,
That's
I think.
what I mean,
you know,
I feel.
and also genuinely think it's a really important thing to do.
Service job,
to experience people like that. And some people are awful, like some people are so rude to you in that industry, and I can't.
And you can tell they've
stand
never
that.
had to be in that industry.
Exactly.
You can tell someone that's never been a server. I've been a server.
Totally agree. Totally agree. But yeah, I did it when I first moved to London. I didn't really have any prospects, so I worked in the pub for 6 months.
Yeah.
It was great. I went back there this year for the first time in 19 years.
Whoa.
I've had like a pint there and brought my wife. Yeah, it was nice.
Isn't that kind of a cool full circle moment? Like from whenever you started and you were doing that, and then you come back and you're like, I did it.
Yeah, it's so nice because I used to be out the back, bringing the trash out the back, and there's a very, very like zhuzhy, expensive sushi restaurant near the back of the thing.
Yeah.
And I used to see all these like famous people and like famous
people.
soccer players and stuff come out while I was just like covered in like bin juice is what we call it, like that juice, that water you get at the bottom of the bin.
Yeah.
I'd be covered in that and just watch these elegant people all pass and think, I want a taste of that. And then so when we went for a drink with my wife, came back, we then went to that restaurant after, and I was like, oh, this is nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Oh.
I love that. And it makes you appreciate it, I think, too.
Totally,
that you had to earn that. I think so. But, well, the movie is based on writer-director Kenneth Branagh's childhood. So was that kind of, I don't know, I always find if I was an actor, like that would make me a little nervous to play someone's story.
Yeah, you would think so, but it was actually kind of the opposite. Ken was amazing at just sort of imbuing us with a real freedom, a real confidence that we were the right people to be telling the story. It wasn't too much of, in fact, it wasn't any of like, you're playing my parents, this is how they would have done it, I don't want you doing that. He very much was cool with us bringing our own sort of flavour to it and trusting us with that. And so it ended up being like the opposite effect where we felt totally free. And, you know, we had the access to ask him whenever we felt appropriate to ask him about certain aspects of his parents' character. But for the most part, he let us do our own things. It was great.
I love that when people give you a bit of freedom.
Yeah.
It's special. Well, is it true that you and a bunch of your other dads, y'all formed, you said soccer a minute ago, you formed like a soccer team?
Yeah, we did.
What's that like at almost 40?
Well, it's a lot of limping.
I was going to say.
A lot of injuries.
Is it fun? That's kind of cool, though.
It is fun. We started it, I started it like during one of the first lockdowns, I think. Oh. And, you know, we were all just sitting around so much, and I'm someone who needs to be active, and so I was like, let's start a soccer match between me and a load of dads from the school.
Well, is it true that you also keep in shape by doing push-ups, like randomly? Because why? Because that just seems like a workout all the time.
I have, so about a long time ago now, I always have a lot of energy. I struggle with sitting still.
Me too, but I don't do push-ups.
Maybe you should. It's a
Maybe
good
I
way.
should.
It's a good way
Maybe
to
I
just,
should.
And I apparently have very high levels of adrenaline in my system. So I just feel like I go crazy if I don't like exercise or what. I just go crazy.
Mine's just more projects. I like to be doing stuff all the time.
Yeah, well, that usually will satisfy me. But if I'm going through a period where I'm not preparing for anything, and my kids are at school, and I've just got space, and I need to, so I'll just like drop down and do some
I
stuff.
need to do that.
It's also good just to get your blood flowing, I think.
I know, Jesse does this crap. We go on a girls' trip, and all of a sudden, my singer over here, we're like at the beach, like having a good time. We're all watching some documentary, and all of a sudden, I'm like, what the hell are you doing behind me? She's like doing squats, like behind the couch, like while she has a glass of wine in her hand.
No.
I'm like, yep,
Squats
I'm telling you.
too far.
I know, well,
squats.
but if you look at her, I should probably start squatting.
It's great.
Yeah, I should probably do push-ups and squatting. I'm gonna get on this in January.